Hey everybody, hope you're having a great day so far, and starting in the night maybe, because I think I'm gonna upload this immediately. But I just got done like a good 3-4 hour session of dungeons, and I also did one yesterday. I wanted to give my initial thoughts on these and maybe some tips that I've learned over the course of these last few hours, because there definitely is some strategy involved in them. So far, it seems like based on what we've seen in the community, there seems to be two versions of these milestones. One goes to 5,000, one goes to 7,500, and unfortunately for the people who only go to 5,000, that is actually going to be a quite significant drop in the total amount of infinity dust that you can collect. So I don't know if Kabam's going to do anything about that, but yeah, it seems to be based on prestige, and it's unclear whether or not jumping your prestige mid-month is going to do anything to help you. But as far as the dungeons go, there seems to be a few options. Your 5 stars refresh every 40 hours, your 6 stars every 70 hours, and your 4 stars looks like, I think, what was it, every 24 hours? Oh, I cannot remember your 4 stars. But so far, based on what I've been doing, the most efficient way to get points is definitely Dungeon 5. Dungeon 6 is really fun, and if you have like a 565, if you have like a couple 455s and a 565, and you can get to room 4 or 5 or so, then yes, it's worth it because you can get some major points from that. But most of the nodes are really difficult, and there's 2 of them in Dungeon 6, and it's quite challenging. And if the thing about the dungeons is each room, the increased points from a subsequent room is a huge benefit. They like kind of double, so it's kind of exponential almost. So you really want to make sure you can get to like room 3 or 4 or 5 if possible. So Dungeon 5 kind of lends itself better to that with just one node, and then you can sort of manage those fights a little better. And also I found that with 550 champions you can get to rooms 3 and 4 pretty easily, and that gives you like 2,000 points. So if you do that like 5 times, you'll get through all the milestones in the day. And if you bring a couple high-powered 5 stars to that, you can probably get to room 6, 7, or 8, and then you might be done for the whole day just with one or 2 dungeons. So that's as far as getting points, that's what I recommend, is taking your most powerful champions into Dungeon 5 and getting as far as you can and being strategic about it. Don't just go in and die. Definitely this mode takes time out of your day, and if you want to be efficient with your time, you're going to want to get as far as you can each dungeon. That's why those potions are going to help. You might only have an hour to do dungeons, so you need to get really far in one, so you might want to heal up and stuff. And definitely be strategic as far as the boss healing goes. So if one of the 2 of you that are doing the dungeon has a champion knocked out, that person should get preference to go to the boss and heal up their champions a little bit, top them off. And definitely you're going to want to alternate giving each other chances to heal up at that boss node, because the boss is quite easy, and even with a low damage or low health champion, you can gain a few percentage points on that boss. So that's definitely something I recommend. But yeah, the dungeons are a lot of fun. I think they're the best game mode right now. It's a blast. The only shame is at the moment is that the rewards are so long term. Like right now, I'm not gonna be able to spend the infinity dust on anything until that 5-star awakening gem. It's gonna take forever. I really hope that they bring this game mode back at the end of the month and maybe make the rewards like battle chips or something, and making a pretty extreme amount of battle chips, because there's a lot of time and skill invested in these. But they could come up with, I don't know, maybe a new currency. Loyalty would be great to be earned from this. I don't know. But yeah, as far as champion selection, you have to be very careful. So on days like the Science Day, we've got abominations that appear every once in a while, and the Tech Day, Yondus come up once in a while, or quite often. Like I faced like 5 Yondus in a row. You're going to want to bring an immunity champion for a day like this, and potentially when we get to like Mystic Day, Morning Stars are going to be popping up. You're going to want to bring a Bleed Immune, and you want to have that person in your lineup. And then you're going to also want to have one sustainable champion to be your sort of node clearer. So you want somebody with any amount of regen. You know, we're not talking Wolverine. Like, Wolverine's great, X-23 is great, but you can also, like, I was bringing Mordo today. He just using those special 3s. Phoenix is okay. Anybody who's gonna just get you a little bit of health and be able to get through multiple fights without dying, or even with dying in the case of Phoenix. Someone like, you know, Luke Cage, who goes indestructible if he gets hit. Sentry, anybody with persistent charges is doing really well in this challenge, because those carry through the fights and they maintain power even through dungeon rooms if they don't reset. So yeah. But other than that, there's tons more tips. I just wanted to get a quick little video out here showing how much I like this game mode, how much fun it can be. Oh, and the last huge piece of advice is that Kabam was fairly generous with the time, 12 minutes to do this, and I think mostly that's because the chat system is slow. I highly recommend getting on Discord, getting into a voice channel, and just, you know, let's not be shy. Let's talk to each other, because it makes the whole entire experience 1,000 times better. Talking about it, explaining to your partner who you want, why you want that to go that way. Maybe they have some advice for you. Maybe they'll think of something you didn't in the spur of the moment. It's just so much better via Discord and voice chat. But anyway, I'm going to be doing these over the course of the month. I'm going to be live streaming and doing these live, and I think I'm going to be pretty picky about only doing these on Discord, because or Skype, you know, just as long as we're voice chatting, because it's just, the whole experience is totally different. You know, doing it with just chat is not quite so entertaining. You know, you have to sort of wait for responses and replies, and you never know if they read you or not, and sometimes it just comes down to just picking the node for your partner. So anyway, that is it for this quick little video, just talking about the dungeons, and I hope you guys have fun in those dungeons, and we'll see you soon in some other live streams, and yeah, take care.